beauts, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a video where I'm going to show you how I get my skin looking flawless, so it doesn't get dry during the day or oily during the day. It just stays nice and healthy and really smoothed out. So let's get into it. Okay, so I know I haven't got the best looking skin just because I've got quite a few acne scars on my chin and my forehead, and I have quite bad redness around my nose as well. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, it's my skin anyway and I'm not too bothered. It's getting better. It was really bad back in the day and now it's getting there. Skincare is so important before putting makeup on because it's prepping that skin and getting it nice and smooth and sorting that texture out on your skin so your foundation isn't looking horrible on the skin, you know. So to start off with, to get that texture of your skin really nice and smooth, ready and prepped for the makeup that you're about to put on, you need to exfoliate. That is, honestly, I can't exaggerate this enough, you need to exfoliate. It is just key to get your skin looking smooth and soft. It will just get rid of all those dead skin cells and make your skin look extra smooth. And the one that I've been using is my Wishful one from Huda Beauty. You can actually feel the scrub collecting those dead skin cells. You can even see it as well because you can feel the balls like growing bigger and bigger the more you rub. It's honestly amazing. So next you need to use is cleanser. Cleanser is just going to clean out those pores and give you a nice soft clean skin. And this is the one that I use, which is the Clarins Gentle Foaming Cleanser with Shea Butter. So I've got the one with shea butter in. It smells amazing, and this is for dry and sensitive skin, and it just makes your skin feel super soft after using it as well and applying it actually. Okay, so then you can either tone your face if you want, but I'm not going to today because I've already done it yesterday. So next what you're going to use is a moisturiser that really works and just really smooths out your skin. And I've been loving my Lancome Hydra Zen moisturiser. So this is the best moisturiser I've ever used. It just really helps get rid of all those dry areas, like you can literally see it. So I've got quite a lot of dryness around my nose. And also never forget your neck. Your neck is just as important as your face, just because when you do start to get wrinkles and fine lines, your neck gets it before your face, so you want to look after your neck just as much as your face. This moisturiser is an anti-stress moisturiser. I feel like it just really chills out my skin. It smells like roses as well, which is really nice and luxury, I guess. But this really, really helps my skin get the smoothness just before putting my makeup on. I like to bring it under my eyes and on my eyelids as well. Even though I'm going to be putting eye cream on anyway, I do like to just do them as well. Next I'm going to be using is my Estee Lauder Day Eyewear. It's just a really nice cooling gel, and I really like this because it just preps my under eyes and gets them really nice and smoothed and helps with any dark circles or puffiness. I just like to pop it on top of my eyelid as well, and then just use tapping motions using my ring finger. And this is just going to hydrate your under eye and your lid for when you put your concealer and powder on. Because believe it or not, you can actually get really bad dry skin under your eyes if you don't look after it. Because whilst I started my new job, I never really took much care in my under eyes, and then someone actually told me that my under eyes are actually really dry, and I know that was because I didn't really exfoliate back in the day, but now I have. My under eyes don't really crease that much and they don't look dry. It just looks super smooth under my eyes, and I'm so grateful someone told me. Okay, after you've got your moisturiser and eye cream on, you want to go in with some primer. I know some people don't use primer, and I feel like this is essential as well, just because it will hold that foundation down and make it look flawless. So this is the Estee Lauder Blur Primer. This is a little tester version. I haven't bought the big size yet, but I'm absolutely loving this. It's my favourite thing to put underneath my foundation. I did have this in a bigger size quite a few years ago, and then I kind of just forgot about it. But I am back with it and I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to pop this all over my face, and then just rub it in circular motions. Just gonna help sit that foundation on your face and keep it there for a certain amount of time. So it's called a blur primer just because it blurs out those pores and just makes your skin look a bit blurred, like you've got a filter on your face, which I feel like it does a little bit actually, but I feel like it's just the best primer I've ever used. Okay, for foundation, this is my absolute go-to for when I want my skin to look amazing, or if I'm going out to a certain place like an event. And it is my Chanel CC cream, and I do use it in a 30 beige. So this says it's a complete correction, which I believe it just corrects the tone of your skin, and it's also got 50 SPF in it. So people do say to use a beauty blender when you want your skin to look flawless and smoothed out, but I don't use a beauty blender just because I'm a bit lazy with going downstairs and damping it and coming back up. I feel like it's just a bit of an effort for me. So I do use a brush. This is my Pat McGrath brush, and I use it in the same way anyway. I do tapping motions instead of circular motions because you do tend to get brush strokes from doing circular motions, but if you just tap it on your face, I feel like it gives you the same effect as a beauty blender anyway. So I'm literally just going to tap this on my face, and I believe this CC cream is medium to full coverage. It does hide my acne scars, which is amazing, and it feels really lightweight on the skin. Okay, and that is what it looks like with just my foundation on. This foundation is quite luminous, so I do tend to powder it down after I put my concealer on, and yeah, it just looks really nice on the skin. For concealer, I do tend to use my Dior Forever Skin Glow concealer in 0.1N. This is my absolute favourite. It is true to my skin tone 100%, but I've run out of it, so I have been using my Cover FX concealer in G Light 1, and this just works really nicely as well. So I tend to just put this in my inner corner and outer corner, and then just on my forehead in the middle to highlight it, and on my chin and down my nose a bit, and around my nose just because of my redness. Using my Pat McGrath concealer brush, I'm just going to pat this around my face. So I feel like this is a really nice concealer because it just gives it a really nice airbrush look on the skin. Under my eye, I just kind of like to blend it outwards and upwards, not downwards, because I don't want to drag my face down. I want to kind of lift it up, you know. So make sure it's evenly blended out. Just keep blending it and tapping it out, because you don't want too much in one area in case it creases. Okay, and then for powder, I like to use my Huda Beauty powder. I have just recently bought this and it has become my new favourite powder. It really airbrushes the skin out, and it actually makes my foundation creaseless, if that makes sense. Like, I don't get any lines in my foundation, which is honestly amazing. You'll see in a minute. I do struggle with getting it out with the net inside of this, but I just try to tap out into the lid. I don't get much out, but I just keep trying. And then using my Made by Mitchell makeup brush, then just getting quite a bit on the brush, I'm just gonna tap this under my eye and upwards. So you can bake this if you want to, but I don't really like baking because I feel like it dries out the skin a little bit. Let's just look at the difference. I don't know if you can see that, but this under eye just looks so much more airbrushed out than the side, because obviously this side doesn't have powder on, but you can just see how good it looks. Okay, and then next I'm just going to do the middle of my head so it doesn't crease, because it does tend to if I don't put powder on. So before I powder all my face, I am going to be using my Chanel Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I tend to go in with creamy and liquid products just so my skin looks healthy and glowy, because if you go in with powdery products all the time, it can make your face look a little bit dried out, and it can make your skin look a little bit cakey if you're just using powders. So I'm just gonna not completely drag it down because you don't want to really move the skin under. Just tapping motions and kind of just blend it out using the brush. So I'm just taking this around my bottom jaw just to darken it. Again, I'm just using tapping motions again, because also using tapping motions, you're not moving the makeup underneath. It's all staying in place. And it just makes your skin look really nice and glowy and healthy with this cream bronzer, which I absolutely love. So I'm just bringing this down my neck just to make it look as airbrushed as my face. And then just a bit down my nose. And then for some bronzer powder, I'm going to be using my Cheek Stars palette by Benefit and using the Hoola bronzer. And I am going to be doing this in tapping motions. So this is just to set it, but also darken up a little bit. And then for blusher, I am going to be using my Made by Mitchell blush. So I have a hate and love relationship with these, because sometimes it can take your makeup off if you put it over powder, which is so annoying. So I tend to just take the brush from Mama Mitchell and dab it on there, like the tiniest bit, and then just dab it where I want it, because if you go in with too much it will definitely take it off. So I just like to go little by little, lightly dabbing. And then you can go in with some powder blush if you want, but I'm just going to leave it just because you want it to look a little bit nice and glowy and refreshing, you know. Going back in with some powder, and I'm just going to go down here, but very lightly. I don't really like to bake that much. Like, it's the faintest baking ever. Like, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but and then just lightly brush it away, like after doing it, because I don't really like it that much, but I like it a little bit. Then I'm just going over my chin and around my nose. So now I'm just powdering where I get oily the most. So I don't really go in with that much highlighter anymore, just because I like my skin to look quite natural. But if I do the tiniest bit. So I'm just literally going to do the tiniest bit today, just to highlight it the tiniest bit. because I do find if you put too much highlighter on, it can make your skin look a little bit textured, which we do not want. So this is what my skin looks like when it's completed. I haven't done my mascara or my brows yet. Just wanted to show you what my skin looks like by itself. It just looks so airbrushed. Like, this is like the most airbrushed I can get it so far anyway. If I do come up with something new and it makes more airbrushed, then I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm honestly gobsmacked how far I've come with trying to get it to look airbrushed. I do believe the powder is the biggest part of it, just because it really sets it all and puts it down, and also the cream products. So I'm just going to pop off and do my brows and mascara using my They're Real Magnet Mascara and my 24-hour brow setup by Benefit. Okay. I also just put my P. Louise lip base on in Silo Nude. Yeah. So this is literally like my everyday look if I don't put eyelashes on. But this skin, honestly, just looks so good. And with that little bit of highlighter as well, it just gives that little bit of glow as well. But yeah, this was my way of getting a flawless skin, and I hope it really helped you out with getting that flawless skin and that texture sorted out on your skin as well. I do say to use cream products just because it will help the skin look healthy and glowy, and to also use a really good powder. If you use a really rubbish one, it might not set the concealer and the foundation that well as you'd think. And also to use skincare products before putting makeup on. I can't exaggerate this enough. Skincare products are honestly the key point in this. Using exfoliator, cleanser and moisturizer and eye cream, if you want to, I would suggest to, but they will help you out with your skin texture and just prep the skin so much. And the primer, you need to use a good primer to get that foundation stuck down so it doesn't budge, and it will keep the skin looking nice and fresh and not dried out. And if you do have dry skin and you do struggle with it, using cream products will really help you out. And make sure not to rub the brush or beauty blender. Always do dabbing motions if you have dry skin, because you're just gonna make the texture of your skin worse. But I hope this helped you out, and I hope you try some of these tips. I will leave down below what I use on my face just in case you've forgotten. I will leave down below my handles, my TikTok and my 2 Instagram accounts, my makeup Instagram account and my main Instagram account, just so you can check them out, and I'm sure you'll love the looks that I've done on there for you. But thanks for watching, beauts. Bye!